RV owners, I have a prime example of something that I talk to you guys about frequently that the OEMs really need to start focusing on, and something you should pay attention to before purchasing. In the front compartment of this Grand Design, and you have your hydraulic pump here. The hydraulic pump is for the leveling system. Now, if you don't know, there's a manual override on this. You can open a cartridge valve to what you need to open or close in an emergency, and there is a little spot up on top of the motor here that you can put a drill with a bit so that you can turn the motor manually in case you have a component or motor failure. Now, the problem is where they've mounted this pump, you're going to need a pretty slim, low-profile drill to fit with a bit in this amount of space. It's not the most convenient. I see this quite often where you have a pump mounted too high, or it's mounted with reservoir forward and that pump is facing backwards or up against a wall. In other words, not giving you space to actually access that override. So if the system fails, you're kind of stranded. That's also why I tell you guys about tools like the Rescue Tech. The Rescue Tech eliminates that override. You can plug directly into the system and override it that way. But if you were to have a motor failure, a complete motor failure, you have to be able to access the back of that motor with a drill and a bit. And if they mount the motor that high, that means now you're going to be disconnecting that pump and dropping it down so that you can override it because of a manufacturing oversight. They're not thinking about you as the end user 2 years down the road when you have a component failure and you're stranded at the campground. So when you're looking at units that have a hydraulic leveling system or hydraulic slides, pay attention to where the pump is and see what kind of access you have to the other end of it here, and see if you think you'd be able to get a drill and a bit up there and turn that override.